Good morning, boys and girls. Miss Taury is going to be working with you today. We're going to be working on the alphabet. We're going to be working on recognizing our letters, the uppercase to our lowercase. I'm going to show you some pictures of things that begin with that letter, and I'm going to show you your uppercase and lowercase letters. Okay, so first we're going to start. As you can see, I have two sets of plates here. This set right here has all of my uppercase letters. And then this one right here has my lowercase letters. So I'm going to show you. I've already written all the letters from A through Z. So our first letter is our letter A. So our letter A, what begins with the letter A? So first we have our letter A for, as you can see right here, A for apple, and A for an ant, which is an insect. And then we have our letter. Our next letter is going to be our letter B. Let's do this first. B. Okay? So what begins with the letter B? I'm going to show you. Our letter B, we have lots of things that begin with the letter B. Bike. And then we have a book, a bowl, a ball, a bookcase. We have a bookcase, a bathtub, and a bat. All these things begin with the letter B. Okay, our next letter is going to be a letter C. Uppercase C, lowercase c. What begins with uppercase C? All right, so things that begin with the letter C are going to be our crocodile, car, camel, cow, our computer, and what I'm sitting on, a chair. All these things begin with the letter C. Okay, so next letter is going to be our letter. Okay, here we go. Our letter D. D. Now, what begins with the letter D? So we have our desk. So I have all of my things on a desk. Okay, boys and girls. D. Now our next letter is going to be our letter E. Uppercase E, lowercase e. What begins with the E? We have let's see, I'm going to show you. This right here is an egg. And then we also have an elephant. Begins with E. Okay, next letter is going to be the letter F. F. Uppercase F, lowercase f. What begins with the letter F? We have a fish and a frog. Excellent. Now we have our next letter, which is the letter uppercase G, lowercase g. What begins with G? Okay, we have a gorilla and a goat. Gorilla and goat. After G comes the letter H. Uppercase H, lowercase h. What begins with H? Okay, we have lots of different things. We have a hive, a horse, hippopotamus, and a hat. And it makes a sound. All right, so now we are going to our next letter. We have our letter uppercase I, lowercase I. What begins with I? Okay, boys and girls, an I. We have an iguana. Iguana begins with I. Our next letter is our letter J. Uppercase J, lowercase j, what begins with J? We have a jar, and if you put jelly beans, a jar of jelly beans. Jelly beans begin with the letter J. Next letter is our letter K. Uppercase K, lowercase k, what begins with K? We have a kangaroo. We have our next letter. We have an uppercase L, lowercase l, what begins with L? Let's see what we have with an L. We have a leaf, a lizard, a leopard, lion, and a lamp. Next letter is our letter M. Uppercase M, lowercase m, what begins with M? Okay, let's see what we have with the letter M today. Okay, we have a moon, a monkey, and a mirror. Our next letter is going to be our letter N. Uppercase N, lowercase n, what begins with N? We have a nest full of birds. Nest begins with the letter N. Our next letter is the letter O, uppercase O, lowercase o, what begins with O? We have an octopus, begins with the letter O. Our next letter is our letter uppercase P, lowercase p, what begins with P? Okay, we have a parrot, a polar bear, a pig, a panda bear, a penguin, a pig. Oh, this is actually a pie and a picture. There you go. Okay, our next letter is going to be a letter Q. Uppercase Q, lowercase q, what begins with Q? It is going to be our queen. Hello, queen. Okay, boys and girls, we're almost to the end. We have our uppercase R, lowercase r. What begins with R? Let's see what begins with R, boys and girls. Okay, if you go in the garden, you're gonna find a rose. In the farm, you can find a rooster. And we have in the jungle a rhinoceros. Okay, we have our uppercase S, lowercase s. What begins with S? Let's find out. We have a snail, a snake, a seal, a stool, a stereo, and you eat with a spoon, and a sink where you wash your hands. All right, boys and girls, we've done our S. Now we're going to move on to our letter T. Uppercase T, lowercase t, what begins with T? Okay, so we have a toucan, a tiger, and a table. And our next letter is going to be the letter U. Uppercase U, lowercase u, what begins with U? We have a unicycle or a unicorn. Next letter, we have an uppercase V, lowercase v, what begins with the letter V? We have a vase. A vase is where you put flowers. Our next letter is going to be our uppercase W, lowercase w. What begins with W? A window and a worm. And you can look for worms in the ground. Next letter, we have our letter uppercase X, lowercase x. What begins with X? All right, boys and girls. Our X is missing in action. We have, remember we talked about our X was the letter of the week? Last week we worked on the sounds, like the ending sounds like box and axe. But you can have the instrument that is a xylophone. That begins with X. And X always marks a spot. And now we're going to move on to our letter Y. Uppercase Y, lowercase y. What begins with Y? Yarn or a yo-yo. And our last letter of the alphabet is the letter Z. Uppercase Z, lowercase z. What begins with Z? Okay, we have our zebra. And there's many other things. Zipper, zigzag. Boys and girls, thank you so much for being here with me today. We have worked on uppercase and lowercase. We take our uppercase and our lowercase and we put them together, and then we look for things that begin with the letter A through Z. You can do that around your house, or you can do that outdoors as well. There's many things that you can find. If you find a ladybug, you say ladybug. That begins with the letter L. So then you can take your uppercase letters with you. You can draw them on a plate. And then you can do your lower cases, and then you can put them on a plate, and then you walk around looking for things that begin with that letter. All right, boys and girls, have a wonderful day. We'll see you again tomorrow.